All right, some interesting topics and another interesting event. We're in the kitchen, but we are not cooking today. The stoves are off. We've got some great drink options for you to wind down the summer. We're here with Guadalajara bartender Ben Kennedy and executive partner Alan Fabian this morning. Welcome to both of you, first of all.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming in this early to mix some drinks.
Yeah, Starbucks has nothing on us this morning.
I would say not. We're going to be making a couple cocktails in each segment. So why don't we start with that first cocktail today?
All right, we're going to start out with one of our martinis, one of our featured drinks. It's actually called the, well, I'm going to say this on TV, it's made with effin' vodka. I don't wanna-
E-F-F-E-N for anyone who is wondering.
I don't want to get Dr. Laura or...
We're going to avoid that at all costs on this show.
All right, and usually...
You just rim the glass in lime juice, is that what it was? Or
What's that? Yep,
water?
I just went ahead and rimmed that glass in some fresh squeezed lime juice.
And that's how you get the...
That's how I get the sugar. That's actually sugar on there, all right? So I'm going to throw a little bit of cranberry juice in here. Usually we would have a pour for this liquor bottle, but we were a little tired this morning, so we're just going to go ahead and free pour it. Being a master mixologist, though.
That whole master mixology thing is working out really well for you today.
The problem is I got to give him a raise now that you've given him that title.
So you're welcome.
I know. That's going on my resume. I got evidence.
Looks like you may have to give him more of the drinks, and that'll up.
Exactly.
There we go.
Okay.
So I made a little simple syrup at home, which is basically a 50-50 mix of sugar and hot water. And you just stir it up so it's real sweet.
And you just put just a very little bit in there.
I'm going to need a little bit more ice because when you're making a martini, you're going to want the ice chips floating in the top of the drink.
Oh, okay.
So you kind of overdo it on the ice a little bit.
Gotcha.
And then you shake it really hard. You want to shake it?
I can do that,
right,
as long as it doesn't spray out.
You put your finger on top like that and just hold it.
I think I can do that.
No,
Will this make me a master mixologist? Look, you're ducking.
I mean...
I think I can do it.
Happens to the best of us. Okay.
Until the top flies off, and then we have to repaint the kitchen. Is that good?
You're good. And then go ahead and pour it out like this. Good job shaking it.
The drinks that are that color always look like they just taste delicious. So what will people be tasting as they're drinking this then? What type of flavors?
With the simple syrup in it and with the cranberry, that's going to kind of outweigh the sourness of the cranberry. And then with the cherry vodka, it's basically, I want to taste it now too myself. Because every time I make a drink, usually, I throw a straw in there and I taste it.
Just to make sure.
It's going to be sort of a sweet, tangy flavor and it's going to be a little bit, it's going to be kind of overpowered with the cherry. You know what I mean? The cherry, it's going to be a very cherry flavoring, very
great
very
summer drink.
sweet.
That's what I was going to say. I think it's pretty good for the summer then?
Yes, it is a girly drink too, so it's good for bachelorette parties.
You know, I think that sometimes men really want to drink some of the girly drinks and they just don't do it because they're afraid.
I drink this at home because it's good.
See, and the master mixologist admits it. Well, what's some of the drinks that we're going to work on in the next segment?
We're going to do a couple of, some simple drinks. We're going to do a Manhattan with this Jim Beam Red Stag. We're going to do a Monster and Guava drink.
Okay.
We have this Cruzan rum and the Monster. And then we're going to do our signature drink, our Jumbo Margarita.
Yes, our Jumbo Margarita.
There you go. Look at you. You're
that's our big seller.
Yes, it is.
And we'll talk about how you decide which alcohols to choose, which liquors to pick.
Absolutely right.
Coming up in some of our next segments. Now, let's check out the weather. And we're in the kitchen, but we are not cooking today. We've got some great options for you to wind down the summer. We're here with Guadalajara bartender Ben Kennedy and executive partner Alan Fabian this morning. Again, welcome. And we're doing two drinks. We did one drink, one cocktail the last segment.
That was a little more involved because it's martini. We're gonna this is something since early in the morning, just a little bit better for the early risers.
If you want to start your day off with a cocktail.
This is the Guadalajara latte. This is what that's
kind of like a hangover cure. Well, it's not actually called the Guadalajara latte, but it's
but maybe it should be. We're making changes to the menu
Guava
as we go.
bowl punch. What we're gonna do? We got a Cruzan Guava rum.
Oh, okay.
And Monster energy drink, which I'm sure.
Just trying to make sure you guys are up.
I'm sure everybody knows what Monster is.
There you go. It'll wake you
I'm gonna throw a little bit in there to start. Again, we don't have a pour, but I know what I'm doing.
He's a pro.
Give it a good hefty shot of the guava.
And it actually smells really good. You can smell the fruit
that's
out of
both the guava and the Monster.
It's so delicious.
A little splash of lime juice.
Combination, sir.
And then we're going to top it off right there with some more Monster. Garnish if you'd like.
And that's it?
That's it.
Chug it really quick.
That is
very simple.
Very simple.
Totally even do that at home. That's
yeah, don't tell
easy.
anybody that, though.
Never mind, folks. Maybe you can't. it won't look as pretty.
Do it any way you like. Okay, now I'm going to make a Manhattan, and I'm going to use the, I don't know if you've had this before or not, it's a Jim Beam Red Stag. What it is, it's Jim Beam bourbon, and it's infused with a black cherry flavor.
I've actually never heard of that. I never even knew that existed.
And
yeah, there's a lot of new liquors that are out there that are really making our life a lot easier when it comes to making these cocktails, and delicious flavors out there, things that, you know, we're like, wow, you know, seems like every week they're bringing us something new to try and kind of play with that flavor palette, and we're real happy that we partnered up with this particular company that supplies us with all these options.
Yeah, and we'll talk about how you make those decisions too. We'll let you mix the drink, and then we'll chat with you about that. Because I'm sure folks are like, how do you know which liquor you like better?
A lot of sampling.
Yep, a ton of sampling.
Later in the day.
And this now, even if you don't like bourbon, this is actually something that people have been taking, people who aren't bourbon drinkers, because it's got a heavy cherry flavor to it.
Oh, okay.
So this is going to be basically a classic Manhattan. We also serve it on the rocks, but traditionally Manhattan's served in a martini glass. So very simple.
And
a little splash of vermouth in there with the Red Stag.
I want to quote every line from Anchorman right now when I hear the word vermouth. And
Vermouth. Scotch. Hey, you want to shake it again? You can shake it again. You remember? Just you gotta give it a good hard shake.
And I have it.
We should have set up a tip jar if I'd have been thinking.
I could be making extra money. Don't tell my boss. No, I won't. No, I won't.
All right, that's good. You don't want to leave it in there for too long, because you're going to get the water will come in there with the liquor.
Relieve some aggression.
Yeah.
Shaking that thing.
And that's a good size Manhattan martini. You don't want it too big, because you don't want people to get too messed up.
See, I know when some folks see that glass, they're thinking, wait a minute, there's still half a glass left.
Yeah, and actually it's the ABC that really helps regulate that. You know, there are limitations to what we are allowed to put in there, where some people are saying we want a double shot or a triple shot. Sometimes we can't even offer that. So, you know, it's out of our control. You know, with the bartender isn't pouring light, they're following the rules and the laws set by the ABC.
We don't want to get people in trouble.
You want to be able to pour again.
Absolutely.
I keep saying that we're going to talk about how you choose the liquors. We are going to talk about it in the next segment.
Yeah, well, it'll be perfect when we make our margarita, so it'll be the perfect timing.
Great. So you heard it here, folks. We'll be making a huge margarita coming up, so you won't want to miss that. Isn't that right, Nicole? All right, folks, we're in the kitchen, but like we've been saying all morning, we are not cooking today. We've got some great drink options for you.
This is food.
Sure. We're just not heating it up. So are you slicing for garnishes, or is this going to be...
Yeah, I'm getting him ready for his garnishes. We're going to make our world-famous top-shelf jumbo margarita.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So are you going to get started on that then?
I'm going to get started on this right now. This is our big seller, like we said. All night, all day. This is what people order. Usually, I mean, you only need about one of these, and you'll be happy.
You'll be good for the night.
We'll explain this. I got a jumbo 28-ounce glass here. I'm rimming it with salt, and I got a little bit of fresh squeezed lime juice straight from the lime, and that kind of lets the salt hang on the side of the glass like that.
Our mixer, we make ourselves. We make our mix that goes into our margaritas. Okay. We won't reveal that secret,
that's fair.
That's what makes them great. But we are very particular though in the kind of liquor that we do put in. And Guadalajara, we actually just got back from Mexico. Went around Mexico, and I sampled every single tequila in Mexico to make sure we had the right one. No, but we
lived to tell this.
That's right. Barely lived to, but no, we
don't try that at home.
We choose Hornitos. Here we've got Salsa Gold, and we actually went to the Salsa factory. The blue agave plant is what they make tequila out of. We actually harvested the agave. It's still done by hand. The factory's been around since 1873, and they were the first exporters of tequila out of the country. And so we've got a really good relationship, and the product does make a big difference. Tequila does make a big difference. That's why when you will have a Guadalajara margarita, you won't necessarily have that bad hangover the next day because of the way it's purified. The more impurities that are taken out of that tequila, then the less option you're going to have, or opportunity rather, you're going to have for a hangover, not feeling so good the next day. So that's why we have selected these. We also are using Grand Marnier, which is an orange liqueur. Again. you know, one of the best that you can have, and that's what has kind of really sets Guadalajara's margaritas apart. Is we take that detail and make sure that we're putting the best possible liquor into our jumbo margarita. And
do you think it makes it taste a little smoother, or what's your goal there?
It does make it taste smoother. And the other thing too, a little trick is, if you want the most flavor and you want to get the job done a little quicker, always go on the rocks.
Okay.
You know, we do great with our frozen margaritas, but on the rocks always gives you the more flavor. And like I said, you're going to get that more that wonderful margarita kick, as they like to say, by going on the rocks. And on the rocks, you are going to be able to get a higher grade of mixes going into it because you're getting it on the rocks.
Gotcha.
And we know how to bartend at Guadalajara, so
you do not have
so if we're actually making it by hand like this on the rocks, it's going to be a better drink. You know what I'm saying?
I see.
So a little bit of the salsa, of course, splash of triple sec, and then our secret recipe,
that
sour
we cannot
mix. We can now.
Yes, we cannot reveal.
Let me get a little. Can you give me a little? Oh, I got a little bit of orange right here. I'll do a little splash of orange juice in there.
Do a nice little mix.
And then we're going to do is top it off with the Grand Marnier. And this is premium stuff. This is good.
And you'd say this is
Orange
your most popular
liqueur.
drink?
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
our jumbo margarita is our most popular drink.
I'd say it's one of the most popular in Hampton Roads, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's won awards, and we're very, very proud of it. And again, you know, it's just the freshness and everything that goes into the Guadalajara's food and the drinks. Just like this margarita is why where we are right now.
Absolutely.
So we're really happy.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much. These all just look absolutely amazing for the viewers to take a good look at there and check out Guadalajara.
Your weatherman finished these four. I don't know.
Yeah. No, he did not. I guarantee when he walks back in, same old John.
Little joke.
Little.
And now, I live off tips, so you can come see me at Shore Drive Guads or General Booth Guads.
And on that note, let's head over to Cheryl.